Hello everyone. This video is in response to all the comments in my previous cross-section video where people wanted to insert formation level or final road level along with the initial ground level to their cross-section and compute the cut and fill area. Please note that this is a free software and doesn't have such utilities built in itself, and the software provider provides another software for road designing where you can achieve everything related to road designing in an automated process. Regardless, there is a manual way of achieving the insertion of formation level in your original ground level cross section using this free software too. So let's just dive into the process and see how we can do that. When you are interested in computation of the area, the most important thing would be ensuring that the scale of the drawings are correct. The imported drawings from the SW DTM software with the default settings, so the default scale settings, are not to the actual scale, and calculating area without adjusting this scale will lead to wrong area estimates. So if I check the vertical distance here between these 2 points, which should be 1 unit, now if I see the distance, it shows that it is 10 units. Similarly, if I check the horizontal distance between these 2 points, it shows that it is 25 units, but if I check it, it should have been 2.5 units. Now we can just adjust the scale of this drawing using the AutoCAD's built-in scaling command. So just select all the drawing that you want to scale to, and then just use the AutoCAD's scale command, and then you have to specify the base point here, and then just give in the scale value, which is 10 times smaller, that is 0.1, and that's it. Your drawing is up to this scale. So this is the method which utilizes the AutoCAD's scale command. If you want to change the scale on SW DTM, so here is the scaling where you can change this horizontal and vertical scale from 100 to 1000, and then execute your drawing once again. And if you draw the drawing, you can see that the drawings, the cross sections are actually to this scale. But if you look at the text, the scale of the text is kind of awkward. So I prefer using AutoCAD so that even the text are scaled properly. And yeah, that's why I find that the built-in scaling of the AutoCAD is better than SW DTM. Moving on to the data structure in Excel, here I have two sets of cross-section data for some same chain edges and offsets. So the one side, this is for my initial cross-section, and when I select the data for the initial cross-section, I can adjust the horizontal and vertical scale for this one here. Then I can just go and execute my drawings. So since I have two cross-section found, I can adjust the number of rows and columns respectively. Then I open the AutoCAD and click on this draw all button to draw my drawings. Now it would ask me to select a point at the origin, and you just select one point randomly somewhere on the AutoCAD, and you get this drawing for your cross-section. So this is the cross-section for your initial ground level, and you need to adjust the scale of this drawing when you want to calculate the area. And the next thing is, so this is my data sets for my formation level, and I select these data sets, and again I execute my drawings and I adjust different parameters. Then I click on draw all, and then again select one point as origin. I'm just gonna move this drawing together so they are more compact and easy to view. So yeah, here seems a little bit Fine. Now since the next thing that I want to do is move this original ground level and this formation level together, so they should be kind of differentiable. So I need to know which is my original level and which is my formation level. So I will just go on and create a new layer for my formation level over here. From the layer menu, create the new layer. I'll name it as the FRL and give it a new color somewhere around from here. Maybe, yeah, yellows. Yeah, okay. I'll just select the yellow color as the layer. So now I have created the layer. Now I can close this layer menu. The next thing is I want to move my cross section on top of each other. So for that I need some reference point, so that when I move the cross section over top of each other, they align with each other correctly. So I'll create the line for that, and yeah, I'll take this 982 on this vertical scale as a reference point and just create a line from here. Similarly here also I'll just create the similar kind of line. I'll take the 982 and just make a line. I'm just gonna use the endpoint of this line that is coinciding with 982 as a reference point when moving my drawings on top of each other. Now the next part is assigning the final road level on top. So for this you can freeze some layers like this CS drawing and center line levels. So you can only see the ground level now, and it would be easier to select the ground level. Now you select the ground levels and assign the new layers to them, which is my formation level or final road level, however you decide to name it. Now I can move them on top of each other. So select this reference point we created as a point to move, and just they would be moved on top of each other and they would align correctly if you just use this reference point. And then I can unfreeze the drawings, unfreeze the layers, so I can see them again. You can see that my drawings are now on top of each other. I have this final road level and initial ground level. The next thing is to adjust the scale of the drawing. Again, the scale of the drawing needs to be 10 times smaller as we have seen previously. So yeah, I assign 0.1 as the scaling factor. And yeah, now just to find out the area, I would assign the boundary object to some of these areas, the area that I want to compute. So I just go to the boundary command and select the internal point of this, how to say, kind of polygons that I want to compute the area on. Then again the same thing, just do the boundary command, select the internal points of where the area is of concern or you want to compute the area on. Now depending on your formation line and initial ground level, you know which of them is cut and which of them is fill area. Now to compute the area, I'll just go type the AutoCAD area command. From here I'll select the add area and then object, because I have two sections of cut over here, this and this. Now what this does, it just add the area between them, and it's given as the total area over here. And for the another section, which is seems to be fill section, it's only one, so I'll just go for the object mode from our area command of AutoCAD and select the object, and it will give me the area of that object. Now in my other cross section, similarly I have here the cut area, so I'll just go for area command object and select the object to get the area. Similarly, for other part, I'll go for area command. I have two sections, so I'll select the add area method, then go to the object options from there and select this two boundary object that I created to compute the area, and it is also again given as the total area. So in this way you can just compute the chord area and the field area in AutoCAD using SW DTM.